Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we are here for another one of our working with what's on my desk episodes. And what I thought we'd do today, I've got these little, what do you call these, die cut pieces. And these are from this K & Company set. Now I've had these for absolutely years. I mean, like literally years and years and years. And of course I've hoarded them and not wanted to use them because I really like them. But they've obviously been buried on my desk so much so that, what a joke. I mean, as for hoarding them, I didn't even remember I had them. So I have dug them out and I thought, let's make some clusters and things with these. Because a lot of these are in this like acetate. I don't know whether the camera's kind of picking that up, but they're kind of that see-through transparency type stuff. So, they're sometimes a little bit tricky to use. So I thought, well, let's come along and make some clusters. So I've got some papers and things that were also laying about on my desk. And I thought, let's just, have a play with those and see what we can come up with. So this is just some 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, which I had painted previously with gesso. And then I have distress inked this. You can probably see it's been very lightly distress inked already. So I'm just going to go over that with my, this from 49 Market, this kind of background pattern stamp, just to get some pattern going on there. And I'm just going to do it with my Stays On. I love using my Stays On ink. So we're just... And I'm really not worrying at all. I mean, I'm just literally aiming to get just a bit of pattern going on, really. The main goal being to just cover up that sort of striped pattern of the 12 by 12 paper that you can just see, just slightly poking through behind the gesso. So that's all I'm kind of trying to do, really, is just disguise the paper. So we go all over that. And this is just going to be, a bit of a sort of, I guess, background piece to use with the clusters. So there we go, that will do. Just pop that stamp back out the way. Okay, now really trying not to overthink in this series, which obviously is always a bit of a problem for me. So just going to take some of this dictionary page, or thesaurus it might have been, page, and just start layering up some bits and pieces. So I might as well tear this down in the first instance. So just tear that into more manageable pieces. I'm going to get rid of that corner because I don't really like the red that much. So put those laid out, and then I'm just going to kind of layer them up with a little bit of the dictionary page. Like that. Okay. And then this one as well. I mean, clusters, they're just a great way to use up scraps anyway, aren't they? So, I couldn't really kind of, have a working with what's on my desk and not have a cluster video, really, because of course they are just perfect for using up stuff. So again, just tear that down. Okay, so liking the look of all of those. I've got this paper. Now this was some scrapbook paper, which, again, this kind of a little tiny scrap, which of course, again, I have been hoarding this, just ridiculous. So let's, again, just tear this down and actually use it. I mean, really, what good is that, hoarding that little tiny piece? It's just crazy, isn't it? But for some reason, that's kind of what we do as crafters. We sometimes just hang on to like the most ridiculously tiny pieces, even though actually logic kind of is telling us, there's no point hanging on to that tiny piece. Okay, so this one I might just put on the top of the dictionary definition page, like that. Okay, and then a little bit more like that. Oh, you see, now I'm really down to kind of like, the most scrumptious part of the page. So yeah, again, I'm going to put that over the book page there. Probably better like that. Right. Okay, before I get overthinking this, let's just absolutely crack on. So here I've just got a couple of stamped pieces. So, I mean, again, these are just ideal for adding into a cluster. Like that. Oops, could have done a better job of cutting that out, to be honest. Ooh, couldn't have done a worse job, that's for sure. I've only just got back from the school run, so I'm sort of still in that state of kind of rush. So that's my excuse. Okay, just try and take my time a little bit more with this one. Okie dokie. Right, what else have I got up here? Let's see whether I've got anything else that I can incorporate in with these clusters. I mean, I've got tons of stuff laying around here, but you know, whether or not it's actually going to be the right stuff is, you know, we won't know really until we try to use it. So let's just take this one. Don't know how many pieces I've actually got. So I've probably got like tons and tons now, which yeah, I probably don't really need quite so many. So again, I mean, like, just trying to hang on to this and use this a little bit because it's so pretty. It's crazy, crazy. Okay, just going to tear this edge down because I don't really like those straight edges. Just never like a straight edge, really. Okay, right, let's have a look and see what we've got here. So we've got this like glittered butterfly. Oh, that's quite pretty, just even on there, isn't it? So I'm just going to staple that together. Now, obviously, this is not the busiest of clusters. You know, it's only got kind of like these three pieces so far. But I mean, really what I'm aiming to do is just get the initial pieces done. And then, you know, of course, like at a later date, when you came to use them, could always then, you know, for instance, here, add this bit of lace, or, you know, not necessarily this bit of lace, but, you know, some lace or something. You know, you can expand on them once they're done. I mean, sometimes it's just kind of getting the actual initial piece, you know, together, isn't it? So I'm just going to chop this edge off because it seems quite thick, which makes it a little bit sort of ugly, really. And then just again tuck that under that butterfly wing. Yeah, so I might even just glue that on now. So again, I'm just going to take my hot glue. And I know I say this all the time, but I mean, honestly, I'm just using my hot glue because, you know, when you're doing videos, you just want things very quick, you know, that are just going to be stuck down and you don't have to worry and be thinking, oh, you know, is that stuck? So I love how that looks. How gorgeous is that? And, you know, could always decorate that up with some bling and things like that as well. So I've got this flower, and I've got to be honest, I don't really like this flower that much. So, I mean, I could use it. The problem is, if I use it, the chances are I'm never actually going to want to use the piece I've made with it, if you see what I mean. So I might just put it kind of to one side, and then I could make a sort of pack, you know, to enclose like when I sell a journal or anything like that. Because just because I don't like it, you know, it doesn't mean that other people won't like it. You know, so it's nice to think that it might go to a home somewhere. So I might have that like that. Okay. So again, I'm just going to staple this together. And then I'm just going to dab a bit, not of the hot glue, but just of my wet glue here, just to hold that in place like that. And then this piece, I might just ink this down actually before I pop that on there, so as it shows up a little bit more as well. So let's just go for this. Okay. And who knows, I might be able to use some of these clusters in my folios that I've made as well. So, you know, which is still very much a work in progress at the moment. I need to kind of crack on with those. Right, I'm just going to tear that round because that shape wasn't quite working for me. Yeah, that's better. And then should we have, oh, I was going to say a bit of lace, but I mean, to call that a bit of lace is kind of stretching the truth a bit, isn't it? Oh, actually, it doesn't look too bad there, strangely enough. You know, which goes to show why we never throw anything out, because even this teeny little bit, it's still actually made it onto something, you know, and did come in useful after all. So yeah, again, you know, looks quite pretty, doesn't it? Now these fans, I love these fans. These are another one of those kind of acetate-y type piece. So, I mean, that's quite pretty across there, isn't it? Do I want those on there, or could I do something better with these? Oh, this is a bit of a tough one, I must be honest. Oh, I'm just going to go for it because, you know, the thing is I could dilly-dally around and then the chances are I'm still not going to have used them. And they're still just going to be laying around on my desk. So, you know, I have to stay focused with what the mission is here, which is, of course, to whittle that pile down a bit. I'm not saying whittle it down completely because that would be way, way, way too ambitious, obviously. But, you know, whittle it down a little bit at least. Right, because these fans I feel like I'm going to struggle to use. I definitely don't want to use them with that, you know, piece of paper that I've been hoarding for all that time, because that would just be such a wicked waste, wouldn't it? But let's just see. Maybe the bird. Oh, that's quite nice. Okay. Again, just staple that together, and then again I'm just going to glue that down like that. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, right, we haven't got that many bits left. Got this, which just is like a little decorative piece, so I'm actually thinking I might prefer to tear this down, you know, to have as a sort of bit on a cluster. These, I've got to be honest, I probably won't really use, so I'm going to just put these again with that stuff to the side that, you know, eventually I'll kind of make up a little pack to, you know, just send to somebody when I kind of sell a journal. Got this little yellow one. What it is about me and yellow, but I often really struggle to use yellow. Right, let's just have a look. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe tear this down. I struggle again. I struggle with circles, weirdly enough, quite often. They look a little bit kind of too staged. I don't know whether that makes sense to anybody else or whether it's just me who feels that way, but feel sometimes like they look a little bit too staged. Right, I'm just going to ink this little piece up here. Okay. So that's quite pretty, isn't it? And then shall we? That's a bit weird. Is that a bit weird? Or do we think it looks okay? Well, let's staple it together. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying to get rid of lots of pieces. And if I don't actually, you know, embrace them and start using lots of pieces, then of course I'm not really going to have used any pieces, you know. I'll be no further along than I was at the beginning of the series. So just dab in a bit of glue here just to hold it together, because of course otherwise it's just literally, you know, that one staple holding it, which, you know, there's quite a few pieces in here, so I feel like it just needs a bit of extra help. So that's that one. Right, can you tell that I'm holding this butterfly? Why am I holding that butterfly? It's really nice, isn't it? Yep, that'll be why. That'll be why I'm holding it. So just going to tear this down. I don't know whether that butterfly would look quite right on there because of course it's yellowy. Just going to now get this rose out because that's going to look good somewhere. Okay. Or maybe not. Maybe not on there. So we'll see. Right, what else have I got here? So again, just seeing what other pieces that I've got laying about on the desk, you know, ready for needing using. So here I've got this. Could have that little butterfly on there. I have got some little tickets here. I mean, I say little, they're probably a little bit too big for this piece, which is a bit of a shame, but I wonder whether we could have it like that. I'm just going to ink this up and see how it looks if it's inked up, because otherwise it's quite white, isn't it? Actually thinking, so this is just some that, you know, again, I've had this in my stash for a long time, but I'm wondering if I cut it down and get rid of that green edging. So that one, just going to like ink quite heavily now around that edge. Oh, doesn't that look better? It's instantly better, isn't it? So I'm going to just try the same here on the actual ticket piece itself. Oops. Oh my goodness, my cutting is appalling. I'm going to stop the video in a minute and go and get some breakfast, and then maybe when I come back I will be a little bit better. No guarantees, obviously, but you know, maybe I will be. But I just wanted to come home and just crack straight on with the video, because otherwise sometimes, you know, I get distracted and kind of waylaid, because I often check my emails as soon as I come back. And then obviously sometimes you get kind of a little bit then, you know, distracted, and I end up where I don't really then have time to be doing a video at all. So I wanted to come and do my video straight away. I love that cluster. How gorgeous is that? Really, really, really love it. Okay, so I have obviously more of these tickets, and to be honest, now I've vintaged that up and cut it, you know, cut it apart, I actually really, really love them. And yeah, so I'm going to do that again. I mean, who knows, might be able to use up that whole little sort of wad of them. Okay. I couldn't even tell you where these came from, I'm afraid. I've had them for such a long time. And again, yeah, was just hoarding them, you know, because I thought they were so cool. And then it comes to the point where it's like, oh, well, actually, they don't look that vintage. They are quite big. You know, am I going to use them at all? So I might as well have used them in the first place. Okay. I'm wondering if we could have that sort of there. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? Love how that looks. Okay. And then should we have the number above the butterfly? I quite like that. So again, just going to staple that there. Okay, love how that looks. Right, okay, we are racing through these. So I don't know what to put on here. So these ones, yeah, I mean, definitely this. It's not really lending itself to a cluster. It's not the right shape, is it? It would be better on a pocket. Again, it's one of those pieces that I've kind of hoarded for a long time, and now I'm struggling how I would use that. So I might just put that on the pile as well to go into a pack to give away. This fan, definitely not with that, you know, favourite kind of paper that I've been hoarding. So let's put these here, and then I've got this hot air balloon as well. So again, the hot air balloon, I do like, not on these papers. So let's just see what other scraps of paper that I've got, because, you know, of course, That's what we're all about, is clearing off some of our papers. Okay. Let's have a look. I guess I could do this here. So yeah, oh, that looks good, even just straight away, doesn't it? You know, sometimes you just put things on something, don't you, and instantly the colours are just like perfect together. That's how I feel like that piece is. This is not, it's not the right colour book page for that. Okay, just seeing whether I've got some other book page or whether I go for that same one. Probably go for that same one that I have been using. Oh, I do apologise, I did just knock the you know, the holder, the camera holder. Right. Oh, how nice is that? And again, let's just pull in another ticket. So these ones obviously with the sort of mustardy background, but hopefully they're going to just be working just as well. So just trim those down. Oops. Okay. These are a bit like a post-it note, if you see what I mean. You know, the back is like sticky, like along the top where they were held into that little pad. So, yeah, they're also, you know, they're better once they're kind of used on a project. Oh, I love how that looks. Okay. I don't know why I'd never thought of cutting these apart before, because, you know, they're so nice now. I mean, again, now I'm kind of thinking, oh, why am I using them so much? You know, why don't I not be quite so generous with the using of them? Yeah, love that. I might just tear that down slightly. Oh, that's so scrumptious, isn't it? Yeah, okay, right, that's those. So I need to find a background for this, something for this, something for this, and something for these. So, yeah, let's again just have a little bit of a rummage and see what else I've got here. So, what else have I got? Okay. I mean, obviously, it being my desk, I do have a lot of things. It's got to be said. Right. Whether I have the right things, that's like another thing altogether. Oh, thinking maybe incorporate that fan with these flowers somehow. Might look quite nice. Yeah, I quite like that. Don't know what paper to have with those, but we'll see. Got this clock. Don't mind that, so just put that there as a kind of possible. Little bit of a possible there. That's not really the right colour. No. Got one of my inked inchies, which this is on that, what do you call it? What do you call this? You know, the label, the full sheet label. So I'm just going to see, never put it on this colour before. Oh, it's okay. I was a bit worried that when I put it on this, you wouldn't really be able to see it anymore. You know, it was a bit of a trial and error situation going on there. Of course, this probably now won't really go with this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm just now looking still for some more, you know, some more kind of, you know, like feature pieces, like for the fronts. So What else have I got floating about? I mean, again, I'm really trying to be good and just be sticking with those bits that are on my desk because, you know, it would be very easy to just pull in some other pieces from not on my desk, if you see what I mean. But yeah, I'm trying to be very disciplined. What else have I got? I've got these butterflies. I mean, these are just some stamped butterflies. I might just cut out this one. Okay. And these had just been stamped on this paper for like, I mean, probably about 7 years. Like, we're talking a really long time. They haven't been just sat on my desk floating about for 7 years, but I mean, quite a long time. Even sat on my desk for quite a long time, but not the full 7 years. Not sure now. I thought that was going to look really good. I'm not sure that it does. What if I put this text behind there? I need to get rid of this edge because that's not really working for me. Okay. Have a look. Oh, perhaps it would have to be like that, actually. Fans are kind of weird, aren't they? Because, you know, you feel like they have to be like the right way up, sort of. Now I'm not sure whether that butterfly is just now fading in and, you know, getting lost in the mix. Oh, how about that? Love that. I mean, that's like majorly, you know, kind of generous on the doily, I guess would be the expression. You know, using that entire doily on that, but my gosh, doesn't that look really pretty and really nice together? Okay. Yeah, love how that looks. Okay, right, let's pop that down to one side. Okay, yep. Whilst I was rummaging on my desk, I obviously came across all these doily bits. So I thought, well, I'll pull all of these in as well because, you know, doily is always really good on clusters. So we might want some doily somewhere. Not sure this is really working for me because, you know, I love that paper and I feel like I want to do something really gorgeous with it. So, yeah. Not sure that was quite gorgeous enough. Let's put that there. Right, again, just seeing what other scraps I've got laying about here. What have I got? Well, I've got the back of this actually, which is that plain coffee dyed background page that you get with lots of my kits. So I wonder if we could have that like that. Okay. Just put that together. So, I mean, that's not really the most interesting cluster, it's got to be said, but I mean, once we've added some lace and things like that, then, you know, it may well change significantly anyway. I mean, could just even add like some white doily to that and it just, you know, completely changes it. So, or could add this other section of that. This is food coloured doily, this piece. Oh, I might do that. That just kind of extends it, makes Just a little bit on the bigger side. So yeah, that looks quite pretty. Okay, right, we've got these couple and this left to go. So back to now hunting for more bits to use. Oh, come on. I mean, some of it, I might just even have bits, you know, on the back of things. I mean, that's really nice too, isn't it? Oh, gosh, this is, yeah, this is now a struggle to find something. To pop on these. Oh, I've got bird. Again, I mean, that's not the right colour, but having said that, it may well be quite cute on there. And actually, oh, how cute does that look? Again, just being really, really, really extravagant with that doily. But how gorgeous is that? Love how that looks. Super pretty. Okay, right, so we have these two left to go. Oh dear, I'm thinking I might have to go and grab my breakfast and come back with some more brain power before I do these two. Right, I will do that, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back and I've had breakfast, so hopefully do a bit better this time. So whilst I was quickly eating my breakfast, I just dug out a couple of other things. So I had some of my faux stamped images on the pile to the side of my desk, which of course I've included in the, you know, 7 days working on with what's on my desk. So I've grabbed those in and I thought, let's just put that there. This black lace was also just laying about on my desk. So again, I've just pulled that in. Just put a new hot glue stick into my hot glue gun there, and I'm just going to, again, you know, really overkill here, but just, you know, making this just super quick and easy really. So like that, I'm just going to tear this down slightly at the side. Okay, so that looks quite nice, doesn't it? And we'll put that out the way. Oh, I also made this cluster quickly while I was making my breakfast as well. So yeah, again, just from bits that were on my desk. Okay, so I've got this piece of black lace here that's kind of left, and this Eiffel Tower, which again is from my faux stamped pieces. So just wondering, this is another one of my faux stamp pieces. Just ink it up and see whether we could have that sort of tucked in behind, maybe. Oh my gosh, I can't pick it up now. It's just got too fiddly to even pick it up. There we go. So I'm just going to staple all of that together now. Tricky because trying to get that staple through everything. Okay, again, just going to hot glue a couple of these bits down just so it's, you know, all fixed and not flopping about. I mean, not that it is flopping about, to be honest, but oops, like that. Okay. So love how that looks. Okay, so that's a few clusters that we've done. So yep, we've used up all those initial pieces that we dragged out. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. So I've got this here. Okay, I've got this, some butterflies on the back. I've got some film strip, printed film strips. What else? I've got some printed, well, only actually two printed pieces there. What else have I got? I've got this. Oh, I've got this piece here. Okay. Well, why don't we just use this and make a couple of, you know, just, well, in fact, I'm going to cut this down. Let me just check which side I want to use. Okay. Maybe that's not the right cluster there. I mean, actually, kind of tempted to use one of these huge doily ones because they are so nice, aren't they? I wonder if that covers up that whole bird. Not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let me just see. Let me ink this up. Okay. Perhaps that there. Which way is the fold? It's going that way. Because I'm thinking actually maybe just have this as like a little flip type piece, which, you know, that might work quite nicely. I would prefer to try and cover up this little bit here, to be honest. I mean, I know that's, you know, it's quite hidden. It's not really kind of fully necessary, but, you know, sort of I'm aware it's there. And yeah, then it's just kind of like the first thing that I spot as soon as I look at it. You know, and that's kind of how it goes sometimes, isn't it? I wonder if we could, again, use one of these. So I'm just going to cut this down again. Like that. And if we just ink all of this up. Okay. Ah, ha! That looks better, doesn't it? So let's just do that. So we'll pop this one down. And this here is just a sort of frame piece from my platform number 2 kit. So yeah, we can just pop that down there. Just wondering whether we want this ticket somewhere as well. You know, just because then we use up every single bit of this instead of having an overspill. Which I guess is probably better, isn't it, to use the whole thing rather than just a portion of it. Oh, I love how that looks. That is yummy. Okay. Oops. Okay, so that's on there, like that. And then the doily piece we will put in the front, or, you know, on the front. So again, I'm just going to glue this down here, like that. Like that. And then I think what I'm going to do is just then dab a bit of hot glue, oops, like where the bird is, because then it's disguised, you know, it's hidden. So again, just pop that down there and then here. So that's all held on to that doily with more than just the one staple that it kind of did have. And then this piece here, we can just pop, I think like that. Yeah, okay. Oh, I love how that looks. Love it with that whole doily. Although it was extravagant to use the whole doily, it looks really good, doesn't it? And then the back, I'm just going to leave it like that so that when it sticks onto a page, you would stick it down kind of on 3 sides and then it would open out like that, which I think, you know, is really nice. Okay, so that's that piece done. So let's just pop that with all the pieces that we've made so far this episode. So yeah, move that out of the way. Okay, what have we got here? So again, this is, whoa, to me, this feels like, you know, it's lending itself to being a little sort of foldy flip type piece. this we could make maybe a couple of tabs from. So let's just chop that down. Okay, right. And then this one, again, we could just make one more tab, perhaps. Okay, made a horrible, horrible job of cutting this. Really messy. Really messy. Okay, let me put all of these little bits into the bin. Okay. Right, let's trim these down because these are quite huge. Okay. That one, and then this one, which again, probably quite big. So I'll just trim that down slightly more. Okay. And this one here. Right, okay, so I can obviously make those into tabs in a moment. Let's move this out of the way. So if this is also going to be a little foldy piece, you know, foldy up kind of piece in a journal, as you can probably see, unfortunately, I've got this kind of bit where I've obviously used it for something else and snipped into it. So that's a bit of a shame, but we could cover that up, to be honest, quite easily. So, you know, all we have to do is like run something down the side. Sorry, I'm just fidgeting around on my chair, so I do apologise if that knocked the desk a bit. Let's bring in, see what paper's going to look good. Well, let's just use this, to be honest, because you know, it's good to just use things that are just sat right there, isn't it? So I'm thinking if we stick this here like that. Okay, so again, just pop that down. Okay, whoops. Okay, so that's looking good. And yeah, again, I've no idea now what I've done with my wipe, you know, which is very annoying because you bring along a wipe and then 2 seconds in it's gone. I've mislaid it somewhere in the vast amounts of piles that are just, you know, mounting up everywhere. There we go. Right, oh my goodness, did you see that? Right, okay. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. And then obviously let's try and disguise what we've just mucked up there. So I've got this one here. Okay. Right, let's just cut that down. So I'm just going to cut this piece out here. Okay. Just thinking, could we have this somewhere? So let me just ink this up. Now, I wonder whether we could have this film strip. Let's just go along the side of this. Okay. Yeah, so are you guys working on with what's on your desk or not? I'd love it if you're feeling inspired to to join me in this mammoth task of working just with what's on our desk. I mean, if your desk's anything like mine, you are not going to have a shortage of supplies, that's for sure. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah. Love how that looks. So, so cute. Yeah, really, really like that. So I'm just going to, again, I'm just going to hot glue this down. Whoops. You know, not because it needs hot gluing, because of course that's complete overkill, but just because it's just so quick. And honestly, I mean, when you're doing a video, you just do want to make sure that things are stuck down quickly. You know, you don't want to have to be there for ages holding things in place or anything like that. So yeah, just going for something quickly and, you know, that you know is going to be stuck is kind of helpful. Right, got that lace, which of course is completely the wrong colour. Again, it just happened to be floating around on the desk. I don't know how much lace I've actually got floating around on the desk, I've got to be truthful. So I might have to, you know, break the rule of working with what's on my desk by pulling in lace as, you know, as the exception to the rule, because otherwise I might not actually have enough lace here to work with. Did just find this. Let me just ink this up. Sometimes like the white contrast, but it didn't really look right then with that, to be honest. It's not looking great even now, is it? No, not loving that. Okay, so that's not the right lace. Let's just pop this here. Okay. About black. Always love the black lace, you know. I have also got that green lace, funnily enough, the food coloured lace. So it might be that this is too much green, but it might look okay. Let's just tear this down. Okay. Thinking that, and let me just try it with a bit of bling stuck on it. Because I mean, the bling can just, you know, transform the look completely. So let's just bring that in. Oh, I just don't know now. I think maybe this needs a butterfly on here. I think would be a good thing to add. Now I've got these, and that is yellow. It's pretty yellow, isn't it? It's, yeah, not really looking like the best match, to be honest. You know, it's all very well trying to use what's on your desk, but I mean, if it really blatantly doesn't go, then there's no point, because you're just never going to feel happy with it, are you? So, oh, this actually goes with that folio that we're making, so I've just chucked that down onto the floor with the rest of the bits to go with that folio. Oh, I can't see any other butterflies. Oh dear. I mean, I'm pretty sure I probably have got butterflies somewhere, because let's face it, I've got everything else on here. They're just hiding at the moment, so oh, come on, no, I definitely can't see any, which is so annoying. Oh, I've got this one. I mean, again, that's just totally not the right colour at all. But it might be that that's going to be the best I can do. I've got some lilac ones. I knew I'd have some others here somewhere, but again, they're not looking like the best match. See, now I'm rummaging. There's all sorts here that I hadn't seen. So yeah. Oh dear. I love it when you kind of start, you know, rummaging through and you find all these hidden things that you've forgotten all about. Aha, right. Ah, look, I've even got a little packet. This is just like a little travelling packet, you know, that I've used when I'm kind of taking things downstairs, obviously. So, yeah, we could use some of these bits, to be honest. Let's have a look. Because I was thinking, could we have a little ticket? Well, that ticket might look quite cute, actually. Let me just cut that down. Okay. dokey. Oh, I love how that looks. That's really pretty. And then what about with the lace and the bling? Yep, love how that looks. I mean, sometimes it literally is just finding the right piece, isn't it? So, and that to me just looked really gorgeous, like the right piece. Like that. Yeah, love, love, love that. Okay, right, so that's that one. Now in this little packet, I think there's other lace actually. So just before I commit to that green lace, I'm just going to check that I wouldn't prefer some other. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff in here. This is a good find during this series, to be honest. Otherwise, I might have been a bit limited, to be honest, in you know, in my choices. So this is really good because it's bringing all sorts of other things into the choices. Okay, right. Just going to glue this one down. Okay, snip that off at the edge. And I'm just going to snip this off here. I had torn it thinking it would look quite cool and shabby chic, but yeah, I mean, actually it just looked a bit messy. So I'll just trim that off. And then we will just have a little bit of bling. Maybe on that side. Oh, that looks so pretty now, doesn't it? Yeah, really, really like how that looks. Oh, looks now. Just pop that down there. And actually I've just then had some words here, so I wonder if we could have the word wonderful. Okay, I'll just ink this one up. Oh, that's super pretty, isn't it? Do we like the bird at the top or the bottom? Quite liked it at the top, but to be honest, I'm going to put it at the bottom because it was the bottom that I felt needed, you know, a little something else. So yeah, let's just again hot glue that down just to pop that on there. Okay, looking good. Right. Oh, look, did have a little butterfly. I'm just going to cut this out. Just see if this would look good anywhere. You know, it might not really need a butterfly now, but it might. Okay. Oh my goodness. So we could have the butterfly down there. That's pretty, isn't it? Yeah. And it just kind of covers up that otherwise quite blank bottom, which, you know me, I don't really like having empty space anywhere. I like to just fill every single bit if I possibly can. Right, that's those bits. Let me just check the time. Okay, that's probably all we've got time for today, because I'm pretty sure when I stopped, like for my breakfast, we were up to just on 30 minutes. So I have got these couple of bits that I'm going to make into tabs. So I'll just probably do those in slow time. Not really going to kind of do anything very exciting with them, but just literally, you know, we've done these obviously in a mass make. So that's all I'm going to do with these. And then I might just do a bit of stamping on them or something, just to finish those off. And then, you know, we'll call those done. Like that. Oops. And, you know, I mean, you can never have enough tabs on hand, can you? Because, you know, they're so handy. I might even leave these plain and then just decorate them up when I come to use them. Because actually sometimes maybe it would be handy to have some plain ones. So, yeah. I might just leave them plain, or I might stamp one up and leave one plain. Should we quickly stamp one up just before I just before I end the video. Let's bring that lovely patterned stamp in again. So I'm just going to move this to one side. Let's just take this one for an example. And we'll just quickly stamp this one. You know, we're just seeing kind of how it looks basically. So, oops. And then a bit on the other side as well. Okay. How cute is that? And then again, just ink it up. Could even do the black stays on around the edge for a bit more, you know, a bit more definition still. How gorgeous is that? Yep, love how that looks. And then again, I mean, could just, oh, not really that lace because it's huge on there, but you know what I mean. If we had a small enough piece of lace, could even put a little bit of lace and bling or something on there. But yeah, I will probably actually just leave these plain, and so that when I come to use them, I could then, you know, just decorate them up kind of as and when I came to use them really. So let's have a look quickly at what we've made during this video today. So I think, you know, I think we've made quite a bit of stuff actually today. So obviously we've made the tabs, we've made this little flip up, which, oops, I've now glued together, like that. And then we've made a ton of clusters. So we've got a whole bunch of clusters going on here. And that was really great because we used up that, you know, the rest of those K & Company pieces, which I'd been hoarding for that time. So, yeah, that was a really good kind of thing to have done. And then we've made this one here, which again, it's just a fold out piece. And again, I would glue it on 3 sides and have it as a top loading pocket opening out like that. So yeah, I hope that you liked today's pieces. I think we've achieved quite a bit. The desk is still looking similar, but we've achieved quite a bit. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys join me next time, and be safe everyone. Thanks then. Bye.